Hello and welcome to Introduction to Physics. My name is Paul Eric and I'm going to be your teacher this semester. This is an introductory video on how to use Canvas. And so this is called your home page. If you ever need to get back to this page, click on this button up here that says Home. So you should be watching this video right here, which is just showing you how to use Canvas. Here is an introductory statement that explains what physics is all about and what you're going to be learning. And over here is some things about me. So here is where I'm located at on the Springfield campus. Here's my email. Here's my phone number, my office hours, and then some interesting things about me. So let's go now to modules. So modules is going to be where you're going to find the bulk of the material for this course. So this button here will allow you to get to your textbook. So you have an electronic copy of the textbook which comes with the course. Here's the course calendar, which will show you what we're going to be doing in class on any particular day. Here is the final exam schedule for OTC. So if you want to know when our final is going to be or some other class is final, you can look it up on here. Here is a list of all the formulas that we're going to be using this semester. At this point, you don't need to look at them because it'll probably make you kind of depressed. But the good news is that on your unit exams, you are going to have all of these formulas at your disposal. And so you don't need to memorize formulas for this class. Okay, here's some information about different kinds of careers if you want to look at it. And then here's some useful videos for this course. And then here's some useful computer simulations for the course. The first week of class, I'm going to show you how to get onto Conceptual Academy. And so that is where all of your homework is going to be located at. So you can look at this stuff now, but on next week, when we begin the course, I will show you how to get onto there and also how to access your textbook. Now, I assume that you only know algebra in this class, and so I made up a list of all the different kinds of math and science topics that you might have questions about. We will go over one of these topics at the beginning of each lab period. It'll take about 10 minutes to do that. So, for example, here's the scientific method. And so here is the PowerPoint for it, and then here's a video for it. So you don't need to watch the video, but it's there in case you ever want to review any of this material. You'll even notice that down here at the bottom, I even put in what is trigonometry and what is calculus, and then I put in big bold letters here, optional, which means we're not going to be doing trigonometry and we're not going to be doing any calculus. Okay, but here is the lessons. So this is very important. So this is where the bulk of the material for the modules is located in these lessons. So this is Unit 1 lesson, and the first one that we're going to be doing is lesson number 1. And so you have a PowerPoint, which you should watch before you come to class. And then here's videos. Don't watch the videos. So you only need to watch the videos if you're sick or if you can't make it to class. And then you can get caught up on what we did that particular day. So otherwise, you don't need to watch those videos. And then, so here's all of these different, you have the lessons, you have the labs, and you also have homework. And then this is the Unit 2 lessons, and the Unit 3, and then the Unit 4 lessons. Okay, now let's go over to here. If you want to see what your grades are, so click on there. If you want to see what the announcements are, so check this occasionally. So here's your announcements. If you want to see what your attendance is like, click on attendance. Here's the course syllabus, so let me click on that. Come on. Nothing like live TV. There we go. All right. So here is, it tells you where we're going to be meeting at and at what times. And then it also has contact information for me. And then your textbook is Conceptual Physics by Paul Hewitt. So here's information about it. You do get an electronic version of this textbook. Okay, a description of what the course is all about and the objectives. And then the grading. And we'll go over this in class on the first day of class. And then we're also going to talk about AI and what you are allowed to do with it and not allowed to do with it. So I'd like for you to read this before you come to class on the first day. So that is our course syllabus. And then it also, this should be a shortcut to get to Conceptual Academy. So if you click on that. All right, so that is a short introduction to the class and then where all the buttons are located at. So please try them all out before you come to the very first class. So until then, I'll see you.